What's going on, guys? This is Cross Line with Dev. I'm here with my friend Jami, also known as Spidey. Jamie on the web. We're just gonna go over the NBA games of round two because they've been pretty electric so far. So we're gonna start off with the Pacers and Cavs series. There've already been two games so far, but we're gonna go over the first game and the second game. This is a game, Jamie, that I was not expecting the outcome. I thought the Cavs were going to come in here and absolutely run through the Pacers just because the Cavs have been like, if not the best team, the second best team in the NBA all year. What were your thoughts going before the game?
Dude, come on. Everybody thought that the Cavs were winning that game. And for
For
the
sure.
Pacers to come back the way they did through that game, like, man, it shouldn't have
It was
happened, but it
nuts.
did. It did happen.
And I expected when every time I watch the Cavs, and I've said this the entire year, it's like they look amazing, but there's something
Oh
off
yeah.
about them. Every time I watch them, I'm like, they don't feel like they could win a championship. Like I watch the
Hmm.
Celtics, and I'm like, yeah, they could probably win a chip. But I watch the Cavs, and even though their record was like the best in the NBA this year, something was missing for me. And I don't know what it is because I love every
Hmm.
player on the Cavs. I mean, in this game, in game one, Donovan Mitchell does what Donovan Mitchell does.
Oh
He
yeah.
played 34 minutes, had 33 points. But Donovan Mitchell's been good our entire lives, even when he was on the Jazz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, low key, it might be just that. It's like they have like so many good round off players, but they don't have their carry, which is a little bit steep to say, but I
They
don't
have
know.
a
Maybe
Batman,
they
but it
don't.
feels like they don't have enough Robins.
Yeah, it could be that or like vice versa.
Or vice, yeah, you're damn right. Because remember, before Donovan Mitchell even was on the Cavs, it was going to be Darius Garland because there was that
Hmm.
time where, we had LeBron and Kyrie on the Cavs, and then Kyrie leaves, LeBron leaves, and then they draft Darius Garland, and he goes to like every the he went to every like what is it, the All Star game. He went to every All Star game since he's been drafted, and so I figured that was going to be their Batman, and then all of a sudden they make this trade for
Hmm.
Donovan Mitchell. But in this game, Donovan Mitchell had 33 points. He had 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Jared Allen, as good of a center as he is defensively, only had 12 points in this game. Evan Mobley,
Yeah.
another one of their centers, they have too many centers on this team, had 20 points. But the rest of the team did nothing. The only person on their team that did anything was Ty Jerome, but that's coming off the
Yeah.
bench. But then you go ahead
Well,
and you look at the Pacers. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it just feels like the Pacers want it way more than the Cavs do.
Yes, yes, and they're fun to watch too. The Pacers are so much fun to watch. I mean, in this
Oh
game,
yeah.
Tyrese had 22, Andrew Nemhard had 22,
Hmm.
Pascal Siakam had 17, Aaron Nesmith had 17. Like everybody on their team was
Yeah,
doing
put in
something.
work. Yeah, I don't know. It's because even like the Cavs, like as a name, like even if you're not really into basketball, like you think Cavs, you think greatness, you think young LeBron. But like, there's just I couldn't believe that they came into this game and then they didn't like do what everybody thought they were gonna do, and the Pacers just I
They
wouldn't even say
blew
they
it.
kicked their ass because like I mean it was a comeback at the end there, but like I can't believe they let it slip.
I mean, what was it? I mean, the first quarter they did all right. They were up 11, but then the Cavs
Hmm.
come back in the second quarter and the third quarter to go, what is that, five plus, it's pretty much a tie game going into the fourth. The Pacers had to come back into the
Hmm.
fourth to make it happen, but it's like, yes, you're right. You watch this Pacer team and they're hungry. Like
Oh
everybody
yeah.
on their team is a dog.
Hmm. Well, I mean, you even look at like their blocks. Like for that game, the Cavs blocked one shot the whole game.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, one shot the whole game, and I mean, nine isn't insane either, but that's nine times more than one.
And for the Cavs having two incredible centers, the
Hmm.
rebounding was even. You cannot be
Yeah,
even with the
43,
Pacers team
43.
rebounding and have less steals and expect to win. But I mean, you and I both, looked at the odds before the game,
Hmm.
and we both would have easily taken the Cavs in this game one.
Oh,
But
100%.
then
Even going into game 2, I was like, Cavs got it.
easy. I mean, you're on that stat page, right? Look at that three
Yeah,
point
yeah,
percentage stat. Like the Cavs shot 23.7% beyond the arc. You're
yeah.
not gonna beat a Pacers team that's shooting 50%
Oh
from
my
beyond three
God.
and
Well,
93% from the free throw line.
well, and the 23% for the Cavs is almost embarrassing.
Embarrassing. And I bet, you know what's crazy? I bet all 9 of those 3-point shots, like at least half of
Hmm.
those were Donovan Mitchell. Nobody else
Oh
was
yeah.
doing anything.
Well, and that's where those I didn't watch this one, but I guarantee that's where a bunch of those blocks came from.
Oh, easily. Easily. Because, I mean, they have a bunch of people playing in the paint and have Donovan Mitchell shooting from the three. It's pretty easy to guard that team when you know what they're doing. And I don't
Hmm.
know if a lot of people know this. The Pacers, nobody really looks at them as a defensive team. But going into like after the All Star break, they were ranked number 9 in defensive rating coming
Yeah.
into the playoffs. So it's like they're a pretty freaking decent team, dude.
It's still so crazy to me, you know? I just, even like,
Going
even
into
at
game two,
watching
did
it,
you
watching
expect
highlights and stuff.
going into
Hmm?
game two, didn't you expect again the Cavs to win?
Yeah, 100%. I like, I mean, it's just, again, you look at it and everyone, like, I guarantee anybody you ask into foot, like basketball, even just a little bit, is going to be like, oh, the Cavs should have had that. And the fact
Easily.
that oh my God, that 1 point win. This is the game that you said you walked away and you were like, oh, the Cavs got it. And then you came back and,
I literally walked away from the fourth quarter being like before the fourth quarter even started, I was like, dude, the
hmm,
Cavs are up. They're gonna crush it. This is what I expected. Then the fourth quarter, the Pacers outshoot the Cavs by
hmm,
15 points in this to take it to OT. And this is the game where I screen shared like
oh my God.
the Tyrese Halliburton play at the end of the game where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, he's nuts. This is twice in the playoffs that the Pacers have come back down 7 with less than like like less than a minute left. You
Dude,
can't let that happen as a defense.
oh my God, but they did. They let it
They did.
happen. And a
I
little
mean,
bit
look at
off, but the amount
go
of
ahead.
1 point games we have had in the playoffs is the fact that it happened more than once is
More
insane.
than once, the Nuggets have done it a
In the
couple times.
playoffs, in the playoffs.
And
Oh,
I mean, I'm looking at these Pacer stats real quick too, and it's like it just looks like everybody on their team is doing something, right?
yeah,
Like everybody
100%.
on their team, there's like what 6 or 7 people on their team that have like 15 points or more,
Oh yeah.
and then you go to the Cavs stats, and it's Max Strus, who usually doesn't have great games, Jared Allen,
Hmm.
and it's Donovan Mitchell scoring 48 points, and this is the game Darius Garland got hurt, so like know that
Yeah.
Darius Garland isn't in the series yet. But man, Tyrese Halliburton is just electric to watch. Like it's the antithesis of the Knicks, where I watch the
Yeah.
Pacers and I go, it's fun. It reminds me of like the old time Lakers with Magic, where it's
Oh yeah,
everybody's
dude.
getting their shot because you got a point guard dishing it to everybody.
Yeah,
But
dishing
then
it
you
to
have like the
everybody.
Knicks, who is like the most boring team to watch because it's
Hmm.
4 guys standing around the three and then watching Jalen Brunson
Yeah.
play ISO ball. But yeah, no, I
Ugh,
kind of
it's
still
fucking
expect the
wild.
Cavs. I don't know about you, but I still expect the Cavs to win this series. But it's
Ugh,
like
I don't know.
92% of teams that go up 2-0 win the series.
I would love, even, I don't care for the Pacers or the Cavs, but I would love to see the Pacers somehow win this against all odds. I would think that'd be so sick.
We all have a team in our head where we think they're going to win, and then there's the team in our head that we kind of want to go all the way.
Hmm.
And that Pacers team is that team for me.
Yeah, like
I want them
in
to
my
go all the
head,
way.
I'm thinking the Thunder are probably gonna take this,
Oh,
but
100%.
in the back of my head, it's like, well, what if we get a little Pacers action? What if we get a little
Dude, it'd be
Knicks
fun to watch
action?
Pacers. We'll move on to the next series. So Pacers currently are up 2-0. We're
Hmm.
recording this on Wednesday night. The last game that has been played is the Thunder Nuggets second game of the series. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to this Knicks Celtics series, which game one, just like
Oh
the
my
Pacers series. I
God.
thought the I thought the Celtics were gonna win by like a million. And they
Dude,
were.
oh, I can't believe they blew it, man. The Celtics blew it.
You can't
Oh
let
my
you
God.
you cannot let a team like the Knicks come back because Jalen Brunson is clutch. Boring as hell to watch as a team
Mm-hmm.
because he's so good and they just watch him play. But the Celtics were up like 20 going into the third quarter. I
Oh
turned it
yeah,
off and
dude.
I came back on just like the Cavs series and went, they're gonna win. Turn it back on. It's OT. The Knicks are tied. I'm like, what the hell are the Celtics doing? I
Well,
know they
dude, like
shot awful
literally
this game.
60 of their points were OG and Jalen, and then there's a little bit sprinkled in between. Like it's not. I
Oh,
mean,
you're right.
Towns had 14, but I guess
I do
McBride had
know Towns
11.
got
But
into
like,
foul trouble, but he is your Batman. He's supposed to be the guy with 29, not OG Anunoby.
yeah,
This is crazy, dude. I mean, this is every Knicks stats for every game is like Jalen Brunson's doing everything
oh
and
yeah,
nobody else is doing anything. But let's look at this Celtics stats real quick because
dude. I'm not. I hate the Celtics. I'll say it outright.
you
But
do.
I love Jason Tatum.
I love Jason Tatum.
I
He's
love
so
Jason
much fun to
Tatum.
watch.
Um,
And we will say, to preface before this game, we do know that the Celtics are banged up. You know, Jalen Brown's got an injury. Jason
yeah.
Tatum's coming back from wrist. Kristaps Porzingis left the game early with an illness that he's had for like 3 months. So I don't know what's going on, but you cannot blow a lead like that.
Mm-hmm. The thing is like all season Tatum had dominance on the court, and it coming into the playoffs. Maybe not first round, but second round, it's definitely fading. It is definitely fading.
Oh, you're starting to worry in your head if like the Celtics can do it as a team.
I don't know if they will because like you said, the Knicks are predictable. They're not very fun to watch, but they have a system going. You know what I mean?
And it
And
works. How does it work?
yeah.
It shouldn't work. It does.
um
Because look at the 3 point stats of this first game, dude. The
mhm.
Celtics were 15 for 60. I mean, how often are you gonna get a Celtics
God.
team missing 45 threes? That's nuts, dude.
Jesus.
I mean, the Knicks missed 20, but the Knicks aren't like the best 3 point shooting team in the league. The Celtics are.
No, yeah, for real. And it's
But Jason
like
Tatum's amazing.
no, yeah. He is there. Maybe not bread and butter, but he is there, man. He is there.
And this is what we did not expect from the playoff. This is why the playoffs are so electric. We expect the Celtics to come in, the Knicks to come into the Boston Garden and get
Mm-hmm.
absolutely worked by the Celtics, or not the Garden, but into the Boston Celtics. Yeah, the Garden, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the Knicks? I don't know. I can't remember. But they go into Boston, the Knicks expecting to lose, beat them in overtime. Now we go into game two. The Celtics are up again at halftime by like 20. By
How
20.
you Oh my God, dude. I don't understand. I literally and the thing is like traditionally you lose that first round of the playoffs, you come into first game of the second round, and you come into that second game, you come in hungry, and the Celtics did not deliver. They were
No.
them. They had a full plate before the game, I guess, because they were not hungry for that win.
Do you think it has anything to do with them winning a chip last year? That they're just not as hungry because there's not as much pressure on them?
It could be and that's the same thing. Like I feel like LeBron was like way loose these playoffs. Like he was out there laughing, having fun, and like no flack against that. He's 40 years old and he's done his
He's
work.
done it
He's
all.
had his
Yeah.
time. He's done it all. He's carried that team. Um and so like that's like I don't think LeBron really cared to have it this year. I think, he was out there to play and have fun more than
Like there
anything.
wasn't the pressure on his shoulders.
Oh, 100%. Like you look at his last like all his other stuff and he's a mean motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like he is locked in. And like I think it's the same
Jordan
thing.
esque.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the Celtics are in that same thing. We just got that chip. Maybe we don't need it this year. You know what I mean?
But do then I mean I don't know how much of these games have you watched, but for whatever reason the Knicks don't feel hungry either, but hungry
Hmm.
enough to beat this Celtics team.
I think I think the only reason that the Knicks don't feel hungry is because they, like you said, they're almost boring to watch because they have their system and they stick to what works, and that system doesn't come with intensity.
It doesn't. Intensity from one guy and nothing else from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I still, same with the Cavs. I expect the Celtics to at
Mm-hmm.
least make this series close, if not win it. But most teams going up 2-0 are 90%, winning teams. But
Yeah.
to go into overtime and lose another game, even if they weren't hungry, even if they were hungry
Mm-hmm.
and still lost these games, it's soul crushing
Oh
to have to
yeah.
go back 2-0.
Yeah.
I still love
It's
Jason
like
Tatum though.
going into imagine being because and the more they lose, the more they go into the next game with more on their shoulders. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because the Knicks go, we're up 2-0. Maybe we don't need to give it all we got this game, and then that's the way the Celtics can
Mm-hmm.
come back into this series. But I don't know what's happening because they missed 45 threes in the first game. They
God,
miss another 30 in the second game. It's like they're getting open looks,
45
they're
is
getting
a
open
lot
shots.
to miss, dude.
Dude, that's 75 missed threes in 2 games between the Celtics. That's nuts. But game three should be, what is that? Tomorrow? They play, not tomorrow, but
Yeah,
2 days
I
from
think it's
now.
tomorrow at like 6 or 7.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next series. We're just gonna go through these games real quick so that we can just BS at the end about basketball stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Another series where the first seed, a seed that I expect to win, comes
Mm-hmm.
in. I expect the Thunder to blow out the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets looked amazing in that Clippers series. I thought they were going
Oh
to lose
yeah.
that Clippers series and win. They come into game one, they're down. Somehow, Jokic, the best player in the league, I'm going to say it, he's the best player in the league, comes
Yeah,
in,
right now I'd agree.
does what he does 22 rebounds, 42 points, has to do all the heavy lifting. Jamal Murray
Mm-hmm.
looked okay this game and soul crushed the Thunder. Another game,
Oh yeah.
this came down to like 10 seconds. The Thunder were up with three with 10 seconds. They kept fouling back and forth. And then this is that Aaron Gordon buzzer beater three to win the game. Soul
Oh yeah.
crushing, even though, Shea had his 33 points that he always has. And then
Yeah.
we go to game two where I'm like, okay, the Nuggets look great. The Nuggets look amazing. And then this game
They just
two
get
was
his
out of
landslide.
hand.
Dude,
Landslide.
80 the
43
Thunder
points.
having 87 in the first half is insane.
Insane. And to keep
I
the
didn't
to keep the Nuggets to 56,
yeah. Um I just insane, dude. And like looking at it and like I thought Jokic was gonna at least get like I thought he was gonna hit 30 tonight. Our boy 17 points. 17 points in a
and he did
playoff
only play
game.
32 minutes because it was a blowout. But it's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He should have had 30 in the first half, but the Nuggets couldn't. That's the only issue that the only criticism you can give Jokic is sometimes he needs to know when to flip that switch to be like, I'm gonna
Hmm.
do everything offensively, scoring wise. He is
Yeah.
so good at making plays, and if your open guys aren't hitting open shots, bro,
Hmm.
take it to the rack yourself because you're gonna make everything you shoot.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I know we were out fucking balling ourselves, but I wish I was watching that game because like again, one of the reasons I didn't even care about watching it is I totally thought like we were gonna go into that, and if I sat down and watched that game, I was thinking it's gonna be like a pretty close game. I thought I knew kind of what was gonna happen, and it was gonna be close, and the Thunder were gonna win. I did not by any means expect the landslide that happened. Like
I'm kind of
for
glad
them,
we
what did
didn't.
they win? It
I'm
was
kind of glad
what
we didn't watch
43.
it.
Yeah, 43 points. That's a
You can't let that happen.
in the
That's that
playoffs. In the
dude. That I know
playoffs.
the Thunder have had way too many like 40+ point wins in the playoffs so far, and that's why I think both you and I think they
Hmm.
feel hungry enough to win it this year.
Oh yeah. I and again, it's like we said the other day. I do feel like it's gonna be a Celtics Thunder finals, but the playoffs have been so wild and unpredictable. Like I'm not
But
sure
the
anymore.
Celtics are now
I
down
feel
2-0,
like
and I'm like, damn, the Pacers might
yeah.
be in the championship this year against the
Oh yeah.
Thunder. I don't
And
see any
dude,
team beating the Thunder in 7 games this year, though.
no. I and just to touch real quick on the last game that we're going to touch on tonight with the Golden State and the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Dude, I thought the Timberwolves were going to win that game. And they did not show up. They did not show up.
and it hurts too because Curry's hurt. He's
Oh
got a
yeah.
hamstring injury,
And that was what, first
and
quarter?
yeah, it was like first or second quarter, like early in the game, he gets hurt. He's out of the game.
Mhm.
Buddy Hield goes off, scores 24. He's usually a bench guy, but had to come in to fill in for Steph. And
Mhm.
like I think both you and I agree. We both love Draymond. We both love Jimmy Butler. Like
Oh yeah.
they are Hall of Fame players already, and they're not even retired.
100%.
They should not have beat the Timberwolves in this game, but I cannot see a world where Steph Curry is out a game or two, and the Thunder can still beat this hungry Timberwolves team. I can't see how
Yeah.
they win this next game at all.
I just I don't see I don't but that's the thing though is like how did they lose in the first place? With Curry gone most of the game.
And I
And
don't
it's like
think
I feel
Ant
like the
looked all that
Timberwolves are
great.
hungry. You know
They
what I
are.
mean?
And Ant is he says he doesn't want to be the face of the league, but everybody's pushing that on him because he's like so much fun to watch. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They had the series before this where against the Lakers where they just looked like the better team all series.
Mm-hmm.
So I expected them to
Well,
come into game one against a Warriors team who was hurt, and they blew it.
yeah. And I mean, it's like not only that with the Timberwolves, but like I have a pretty big soft spot for Jimmy Butler because he was on the Bulls. And so
Oh
like
yeah.
I when he when he hit his 20, I was like, that's my boy. That's my boy.
For those who don't know, Jamie is a resident huge Bulls fan. Huge
Yeah.
Bulls fan. I don't have a favorite team in the league. I just like watching players. But he is a huge Bulls fan, and I totally forgot about that stretch where he was playing on the Bulls. And so,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you're probably right. He does have a soft spot. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Um, but I think you and I both said this after watching this game, or seeing the stats of this game. It's like we understand the Timberwolves have a good defense, but none
hmm
of us expected the Warriors to keep the Timberwolves under 90 points.
No, dude.
90 points in a playoff game
Without Curry.
without Curry. We know the Warriors are good as hell on offense, but nobody thinks the Warriors are a good defensive team.
No. And so for them to, hold them down to 88 is pretty impressive. Um, I,
Do you
I
think
sure it's
Ant?
like
Do you think Ant should be the face of the league?
it's kind of hard because like he is, at the end of the day right now, he is pretty big and like we've got, Curry's on his way out, LeBron's on his way out. Um,
Changing
it's like we were
eras.
talking about, yeah, and it's like we were talking about the other day. As soon as one retires, the other's gonna go.
Oh,
That's I.
100%.
They're just waiting for each other at this point. And
100%. And I think the reason people want Ant Edwards is like, look, we all agree he's incredible to watch, but
oh
he's got
yeah,
the personality of a guy who wants to be the face of the league, right? Like when LeBron
oh
came in,
100%,
Jordan's on his way out. LeBron's
yeah.
he had that personality where he wants to talk to media, he wants to joke around, he's angry on the court,
hmm
he's getting into
He
arguments, talking shit, whatever.
he almost reminds me a little bit of Magic, like not
Yeah.
obviously I wasn't allowed to watch that, but like from the little bit that I do know and like the little bit of stuff that I've watched, like old interviews.
Especially with all the baby mama stuff, we know that
Yeah, there you go.
Magic was had a smile on his cheeks, but he was a freak in the sheets.
That's right.
But
I
nobody knew
That
that
shit is
until after he
crazy.
retired.
hmm Well, and then
So
it comes
that's
out.
yeah. Then it comes out, and we get to watch
It's just,
the documentary about him doing crazy shit.
hmm
Um, that's pretty much the series so far. Um, game one or game two is tomorrow. Curry's probably going to be out. He'll probably come back a little bit too early because it's the
hmm
playoffs. You don't want to
Yeah.
rest Curry for 3 weeks when you need him this week for the games.
Yeah.
I
I hope
expect the
I hope they
Timberwolves to win
give
the
him a
series.
week.
Yeah, but can they?
Probably not.
That's missing 2 games. But that's pretty much it. I mean, let's before the playoffs even started, who did you honestly think was going to win the championship this year before the playoffs started?
Before the playoffs, like I was always hopeful. I was hoping my Bulls could get up there with their Mr. Pedophile. But
Giddy.
at the end of the day, we knew that wasn't going to happen. And to be honest, I was back rooting for the Lakers because they're my second back on team. Um, I was really hoping they'd do it. One more for Braun would have been cool. Um,
Man, all your picks got destroyed in the first round.
yeah. Um, but to be honest, I kind of I honestly did think like coming into it, I was thinking like the Wolves or the Celtics. But I'm like it's like it's like when you look at it at the end of the day there's so many teams this year that looked good getting up to the playoffs. Um
And just look shit in the playoffs.
yeah, which is
Like the Bulls were
again,
like one of the number. They were in like the top 10 teams to perform in like the last 3 months
mhm,
of the NBA. So like I was like,
mhm,
yeah, they probably could maybe even make it into a playoff series. Then they get blowout into the Heat. In the what's it called?
yeah.
The game to for the ninth and 10th spot. But it's like, yes, I agree with you. I thought the Celtics looked good. I had hope for the Lakers just because it's
Mhm.
LeBron and
Yeah.
Luca. Like you
It
thought
just
that they
sucks
could
because like
somehow
at
make it
the
happen.
they haven't had like a long time to really get their chemistry going. And who knows if they'll have time to get that chemistry going before LeBron leaves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. I mean, if we're being honest, LeBron's got what, maybe 1, 2 years left in him at most.
I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna play hard this next season, and then the season after that he's gonna do a farewell tour or some bullshit like that.
He deserves it. I mean, Jordan did his farewell
Oh
tour
yeah.
a
Oh
couple
yeah.
times.
A couple times.
um, Magic he was dealing with some stuff, but he did have
Mhm.
his like, oh, he's retiring this year's season. But yeah, it's gonna be sad to watch LeBron go. And I know you're a Jordan is the GOAT guy, but you
Mhm.
also enjoy watching the Lakers play, and you're like a
Oh
fan of
yeah,
LeBron.
it's like told you the other day. Like I will not trash on Braun and his achievements because he is a goat, but my goat. And again, I'm biased. I love the Bulls, always have. So that's Jordan is my goat.
And deserved. I mean, were you ever? Because Jordan retired in what, like early 2000s. So like even you never
Yeah,
even got to really watch him live, right?
no, it was all just like old tapes and stuff, and
But he's so
I was
good.
always wearing his jersey as a kid. Um, no,
Oh,
when I
you was
really
rocking the Jordan jersey when you were a kid.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know if you saw that picture I sent you the other day of like I was like 8 in a Bulls jersey, maybe 6.
Oh, I didn't realize I was
But it
Jordan.
was in I was in a Jordan jersey.
But
Let
we're
me see.
we're we're just excited to watch these playoffs. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it hasn't went the way I expected it to, but that's what makes the
Hell
playoffs fun.
no.
I expected the Cavs to win. Pacers go up 2-0. I expected the Celtics to win. The Knicks go up 2-0. This
Hmm.
Nugget series is 1-1, so that's what makes it fun to watch. And then we still got this Warriors Timberwolves series, which I expect the next game not to be good because Curry's gonna be out. But let's just talk a little bit about the NFL real quick
Hmm.
because I wanted to touch on this just specifically the Raiders.
Yeah.
How excited are you about the moves that they've not only made in the offseason, but also in the draft this year?
Dude, I it's tough because like I don't like with them pulling in John T and like everybody that we have
Geno
like
Smith, you get a new
Jack,
coach.
yeah, because we got Jack Beck, Darian Porter, Caleb Rogers, and Charles Grant. Like, we're pull we oh Tommy Mello, Cam Miller. Um,
Oh yeah.
we had a really good draft this year, and so I'm hoping like and I'm not even gonna say it. You know what I'm you know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna
I
say.
don't want you to
I'm not
jinx
gonna
it, but I
jinx
know
it
what
this
you're.
early.
Everybody knows what you're gonna say.
Yeah, everybody. I'm excited to say the least. Um,
Now, we I don't know a lot about like your 4 through 6 round picks because those are just
hmm
guys that are probably going to be practice squad members, and
Oh
if they're
yeah.
good enough, maybe start. I did
hmm
watch a little Jack Beck at TCU. He was a damn good wide receiver,
Oh yeah.
but we all know who we're excited for. I mean, GNT has been the best running back in college for like what the last 3 years, and he played at
Oh
Boise
yeah.
State.
Yeah. Um,
But I am excited about the Raiders this year. I'm not a Raiders fan.
yeah.
I'm an Eagles fan. But you re-signed the players you needed to. You made some big offseason moves,
hmm
and then you do what nobody expected in the draft and draft Ashton Gianti from Boise State at pick 6. Which, let's be honest, if teams weren't so forced on picking a QB in the draft, he probably
Yeah.
would have went number 1.
Oh yeah. If everybody was looking for a QB, would have lost out to him. But I'm real glad with that pick. And like I
I
said,
mean, a
Tommy
hundred.
Mello, Cam Miller, I'm really excited for them. Um, but
Yeah,
Gianti's
you
just
yeah you get
he's
offensive tackle from William and
mhm.
Mary, Dante Thornton Jr. from Tennessee. Tonka Hemingway. To be honest, I have no idea who that guy is. But you get some defensive help, some offensive tackle help. You get a
Mhm.
cornerback in the draft. But what's a crazy stat about Gianti? He led
Yeah,
all of college football with 160 scrimmage yards per game.
that's just
That is unheard
insane.
of. Unheard of.
Um, I'm praying because sometimes that college play doesn't translate to the NFL. So it's like, it's like how we were year one with Derek Carr. We were was so excited. And
And
granted, he
then he
didn't
gets
have the
hurt.
stats that Ashton had, um, and then
That's
he
probably been
carries
your
us to the playoffs, and then
it's been your best Raiders team, right?
yeah, since I've been alive at least.
And of course he gets
Um,
hurt in the playoffs or
yeah,
right before the
which is why
playoffs.
I have such a big soft spot for Derek Carr. I even if like it was best for us to get rid of him, like I wish we didn't because I fuck
Yeah.
him. He's a good dude. He might not be a good quarter. I mean, not to say he's a bad quarterback now, but before he got hurt, that
He's
his
not
first
great.
rookie year, he was going hard.
And you're right, it could be like the Saints scheme and he hasn't performed the way he's wanted to, but I mean, you're right. It may not translate from college to the NFL only because this is a pass heavy league now
hmm
and the Raiders haven't had the greatest offensive line as of the last couple years. But if they can figure that out, I mean, you get Gianti for a good 8 years. He could be the
hmm
best running back in the league.
Well, and I was watching an interview with Gianti the other day, and he said Raider Nation better get their popcorn ready. So I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to watch.
He's so cool. His personality is so cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's gonna be fun
He's
to watch.
I think if he plays his cards right and plays the way I think he's gonna play, he'll probably become the face of the Raiders.
And the last thing we'll talk about, and we'll hop off, just gonna be a short episode, is I've talked about it since the first podcast. I've always wanted to talk about movies. You and I both went in person to
hmm
watch Marvel's Thunderbolts. Now, take me through what you expected before and if
hmm
that met your expectations after you watched the movie.
So with all the newer Marvel stuff, I don't really watch trailers and stuff going into it. Obviously, I know who is on the Thunderbolts team and all that stuff. So I didn't have any set expectations. The reason I do that is because we haven't had like any insane Marvel movies
Yeah, they've
recently.
been kind of mid,
Um, yeah, like obviously Daredevil just came out and that shit was phenomenal.
amazing.
Um, but and it's so I didn't go into it really expecting anything like super good, but honestly, it was a pretty damn good movie. Definitely one of the better movies Marvel's done in the last few years. Um, because I think the last movie that came out that I really liked was Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, did you like Wakanda Forever?
Yeah, it was good, but I feel like Lionheart was like kind of shoehorned in there to replace Iron Man, and then like it's no flack on the character. I think Ironheart's cool, but I like the shoehorn in there was kind of weird.
Like it
Um,
felt forced.
yeah, just for, Shuri to be like, "Oh, I know someone who would work for this," and then like she pulls up to like some bum ass garage in fucking LA. Like
Yeah, it did feel a little
so,
forced.
but yeah, I felt a little forced. But like watching Shuri kick fucking Namor's ass as the Black Panther was fucking sick as fuck.
I thought, I don't know what they're gonna do with Black Panther, but I did
Hmm.
think that movie was good because of Shiri and Namor.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the cast was like good and felt a little forced with
Hmm.
Ironheart, but she was phenomenal as Black Panther. But I imagine that they're gonna probably pick another actor that's a male to play it. You're
Well, I
right.
don't.
I
Did you
mean,
did you stick around for the after credit scenes in that?
yes, because didn't it
Where
say they will return?
well, so it was that, and then it showed Black Panther's like in universe son. So like he
Oh
had a
yeah.
kid before he died. So I'm sure that in the next couple of years that's gonna be what's gonna happen.
Think they're just gonna cast like a teenager at like almost like a Spider-Man esque Black Panther to play him.
Which honestly I wouldn't mind. I feel like because I what the only like real actual teen superhero right now is Spider-Man in the MCU, right?
Yeah, and even at that, Tom
Um,
Holland's like what in his 20s.
yeah. And then I am excited for um Johnny Storm to come into the MCU because Spider-Man and Johnny Storm are always like kind of best buds, fucking around, joking. So that's gonna bring some cool stuff in the MCU, I think.
And
Um,
I will agree with you. I mean, Phase Three, like when we had Infinity War and Endgame, like was
mhm.
the most incredible like set of movies to come out. Like every movie was must watch, and every movie was incredible.
Oh
And then
yeah,
we go into
I
Phase
think
Four, and you're right, it's mid.
the last movie I went like insane for in the theaters was No Way Home, and that was nostalgia based.
Did you like it?
Having yeah, I'll watch that. I've probably seen that movie at least 100 times.
Yeah, I love that movie. I love that
Um,
movie.
I Toby will always be my goat, but I think in that Andrew showed he could be the best Spider-Man, like with the good writing they gave him and like he the way he delivers it, like and then take that along with like his Spider-Man like actually fights like a spider, like
And
he's
the new suit is sick.
yeah.
So sick.
Um yeah.
Um
I'm excited for like the actual like look at it because like we haven't had like a real look at it besides like the suit they put in the new Spider-Man game.
yeah, oh yeah, that is true. In the new Spider-Man game.
Mhm.
Phase 4's been mid. Black Widow was okay, but we knew that it was like a prequel. Shang-Chi
Mm,
was amazing, but then you had
yeah,
Eternals sucked. I didn't enjoy it
I
for a
skipped
Marvel film.
Eternals.
You skipped it. It wasn't
Yeah.
worth the watch. It didn't do anything for the for everything. Spider-Man No
Hmm.
Way Home was amazing because it's Spider-Man. And we got to see Toby and Andrew and we had that mix. Multiverse of Madness was good, but then we had a run of movies that was kind of ass. Thor Love and
Yeah.
Thunder, mid. Black Panther felt like more of a tribute to his death. Ant-Man and the
Hmm.
Wasp was awful. Guardians, good, was good. I
I
mean,
did I forgot about Guardians 3. I did love that movie.
it was a great movie, but now we don't know what's going to happen with because it kind of felt like a send off, but then they're like they will return, so it's kind of
Well, so
confusing.
I know
But I
that I think the Guardians themselves as we know it is done. Like Gamora's gone.
oh, but he'll return, right?
Yeah, it says Star-Lord will return. It did say that. Which I'm kind of glad about because like I do love
Yeah, I love him.
I love I love Chris Pratt as Peter Quill.
But do you think he'll be as good when he doesn't have the mix of the cast that he had around him?
I think so. I think if anything, like more than that, he's going to be doing how do you put it? Even without the Guardians, like it's like at the end of Infinity War when he was like bantering with like Spider-Man and Iron
Oh
Man.
yeah.
Like all of that was still hilarious. And
So you don't
I
think it'll
think
be a solo movie? You think he'll be incorporated into a team somehow?
I would think so. But if he did get a solo movie, I'd be down for that. Um,
I would be down for that. Chris Pratt can do no wrong. Jurassic World sucked, but he was always amazing in them.
yeah. I
Um,
A little bit off the topic of Marvel, but that new Jurassic World that's coming out, rated R,
it does look good.
it looks good.
It
It
looks
looks good.
good. It looks really good. But he's not. Is he the? Is he main? He's not the main character in it though, is he?
And what?
The new Jurassic.
Oh no, I don't think so. Let me look at the cast real quick. The only like bad take I had on the Thunderbolts. Again, like I was
Yeah.
telling you my hot take the other day. I want an evil villain so bad. I want like let let somebody kill someone to kill someone. You know what I mean?
Like you don't want someone that
Like
has like reasoning and morals behind what they're doing.
no, I just want an evil motherfucker.
Who
Like
would be a good villain?
oh, it just like it depends. Like even like I feel like I'm just like worried that like because you know Doom at the end of the day has some like morality things, but for the most part he's fucking evil. So I would love to see that in the new Fantastic Four movie that he is, but I don't even know if he's gonna be in there. Um,
Probably an end credit thing.
yeah, most likely because they showed the Silver Surfer, is Galactus. Um, which Galactus is not inherently evil either. He just eats worlds because that's
Yeah.
his breakfast.
There's
Um,
nothing behind like there's no morals. Well, I guess there is kind of morals behind what he's doing, but you're right. He's mostly just eat worlds, destroy him, leave. They can't really reason
yeah.
with him because he already has his reasoning. But as you're looking that up, I mean, the Marvels was ass. Deadpool and Wolverine was good, but then we had
Hmm.
Captain America, which was a pretty mid movie, and then Thunderbolts, which I thought was really
Hmm.
good. And you're right. I agree with you that I didn't. When you're watching Thunderbolts, and spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't seen it before,
Hmm.
the a cast of Thunderbolts is amazing. I thought they all
Oh
played their
yeah.
part very well, and to see Bucky, I thought they maybe made should have made him more of a focal point of the movie. But
Hmm.
everything he did was electric, and that's why we all love Bucky. But you're right. The worst part about this movie was the villain, and not because the Void wasn't a cool character, but it's like
Yeah.
now he's part of the Thunderbolts. He wasn't really evil. They saved him from like his own emotional problems, and it's
Hmm.
like at the end of the movie it didn't even really feel like an end fight scene. It just kind of felt like them trying to do therapy to make sure he doesn't kill everybody.
Yeah. Um, Back to like being an evil villain. Like I feel like the last time that was really done in the MCU was like when they brought back uh, Green Goblin. That dude's evil. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got multiple personalities and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it." But that other half, he's just evil.
He might go down as one of the best villains ever in a
All
superhero
time.
movie.
All time.
You could probably mix that with like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you know what else? And it sucks that Ultron only got one movie. But
Yes.
Ultron is like his whole thing is like perfection is no humanity. Get rid of him. And that's may not be evil to him. That's pretty evil. Damn evil.
And I'm glad you brought him up because you and I both agree he should have had more than one movie. They forced him to be in that and they made him look
Hmm.
like not as powerful as he actually is. But you're right.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, I think that movie was really just so they could quickly shoehorn Vision in.
Yeah. It did feel like just a Vision movie. They wanted a reason to why they had to make
Hmm.
Vision. And then they fucking kill Vision off in Endgame anyway. Now he's the white Vision.
Yeah, and White Vision hasn't even made like an appearance anywhere. Um,
No. They might I think they're trying to make him his own series, same with Ironheart, but it's like
hmm.
I don't know how much we can trust Marvel as of recently to do good with
Yeah,
characters like that.
I'm just waiting for them to bring back Moon Knight because that was such a good one season off. And I know they registered it as like a, oh, we can't bring it back thing, but give him a movie, man. Give Oscar
Is he
Isaac
your
his
second
moment.
favorite hero of all time?
My top three: Spider-Man, Wolverine, Moon Knight.
Really? I did not know Wolverine was number two for you.
Yeah, watch well, and I think the reason is growing up watching the
X-Men.
Hugh Jackman and the X-Men. He's just so fucking cool. Um,
They're bringing a lot of a lot of the old X-Men cast back for the
mhm.
new Marvel Avengers movies.
Oh yeah, for Secret Wars. Hey, dude,
Yeah, for Secret Wars.
do you think Andrew and Toby are gonna come back in Secret Wars?
If they do, it's gonna feel like if they do bring those two characters back, it's gonna be like you remember at the end of Endgame where they just brought every hero they could think of at the very end fight scene. I think
Hmm.
it's gonna be like that. I don't think they're gonna make them
Yeah.
a big part of the team that helps
Hmm.
destroy whatever they're trying to go against. Do
I
you
I
think
would
they're gonna
love
be
to
main?
see. I don't think so, but I would love to see a movie where Andrew's Spider-Man gets to fight Eddie Brock's Venom or Tom Hardy's Venom.
That'd be sick. I know
Hmm.
that Sony wants him to be so badly in Marvel, like in the Marvel
Yeah.
MCU, but I don't think they'll ever do it.
Mm-mm.
It
There'd have to
costs
be
too
some
much money.
crazy deal. Yeah.
Yeah, like Sony makes too much money from it for Marvel to want to do, for Disney to want to do that. But you're right.
Hmm.
I'm kind of slowly trusting Marvel again because Daredevil was incredible. I thought the
Oh yeah.
Thunderbolts was like an eight out of 10, but we've had a lot of like sixes lately,
Yeah,
so that's another good
100%.
movie they put out. I am excited for Fantastic Four. That looks incredible, and I am
Hmm.
super stoked for the new Avengers movies when they do Secret Wars and Doomsday. I hope that they can figure that out because they've had a lot of mid movies in Phase 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
appreciate Jamie coming on. He'll probably be on a lot of these episodes because I just enjoy talking about sports and movies with Jamie. Um, but that'll wrap it up for this episode. We just wanted to go over some of the NBA stuff, a little bit of NFL stuff, and some Marvel stuff because we've had Daredevil and Thunderbolts and Captain America
hmm.
come out. But Jamie, I do appreciate you coming on. I will put his
Anytime.
link to all the socials he gives me in the description. And Jamie, do you want to say anything before we leave?
I don't think so. I think that we covered pretty much everything we had to talk about. I think we got
We
everything good,
did.
nailed it in.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you'd like. I will be on next week, every Thursday at 8 a.m. An episode should drop. This has been Crossing the Line with Dev. Thank you so much, Jamie, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.